Welcome to October. The fourth quarter of 2018 has officially begun. And I'm always trying to come up with challenges that we can do through the end of the year to help boost our business. And a lot of people come up with this stuff. You can get on the phone, do the phone calls, do the notes, get the face-to-face thing going. But since we talked about real estate reviews last week, let's make that our challenge for the fourth quarter of this year. Last week, I walked you guys through how I pull information from the FHFA.gov House Price Index report to start creating a real estate review. And I want to take it a step further and show you how simple it can be to actually put one of these reviews together. So what I've actually done is using data from the HPI report and Realtor.com has put together a very simple report for a house in Charleston, South Carolina. So take a look here. You just start with a very simple, cover sheet, right? 2018 real estate review prepared for Mr. and Mrs. Homeowner. Where is the property located? When did they buy the property? What did they buy it for? And who prepared it? This is your information. Don't forget to share that with them too. And then you can go right into the national statistics. If you want to share a cover letter, maybe if you're not able to meet face-to-face and you have to mail it, you can put together a cover letter, which I'll show you an example of that on the next example here. But then you go right into the data. We talked about this data last week, so I'm not going to harp on it, but these are the pages you pull out, right? You don't have to go through much trouble of putting everything else in there. So if this is for Charleston, South Carolina, for example, we'd stop at the state and talk about what's going on at the state level. We'd keep going then, and we'd talk about what's going on in these different cities throughout the U.S. And we pull the one sheet that has Charleston on here too, right? Here, boom, here's Charleston, North Charleston, 7.84% growth over the past year ending second quarter 2018. And then local data, I literally just took a screenshot from Realtor.com on this one. They don't have sold price data here. They just have kind of the average list price over the past or the median list price over the past 3 years here, and it's increasing, so that's interesting to know. This is where you would go into your MLS or your other tools and pull out maybe some more information, but it doesn't really have to be that much. This is a very basic report, by the way, and then I go into some sold comps. So say if we're picking this one neighborhood, I just zoomed in on a map, did a 4-bedroom, 2+ bath house, that's between 2,500 and 3,000 square feet. Got 4 sold comps. Let's see where they are. Hey, look, this one estimated value $587. That's actually where it's sold for, as you'll see on this trend, sold for $587 in April. Okay, very cool. We'll go down and go to the next one, which I got this one in here twice by accident. No big deal. This next one sold for $505, 2,300 square feet. The other one was 2,900 square feet. So there's certainly a price to square foot thing going on there. Next one sold for $551, 2,800 square feet. Okay, there's no picture, so we can't see on this one. But this is basically it, right? Here's some comps. Great, awesome. If I said that this example house was purchased for $500,000, if these are true comps, 505, 543, 583, you take kind of like the differences between a little thing. Maybe the house is a little smaller they bought, average price going up. Their house probably went up in value over the past year. So that's pretty much it, what you kind of put these together. Now, if you want to see something a little bit more complete, this is something that I worked on several years ago when I was working for Turpin Realtors up in New Jersey. Great company, by the way. And so start off with a cover letter, same thing here, and then you can have a little introduction letter here. Talks about what the data is, where it's coming from. Same thing, go into the national stats. You can edit these charts if you want to show what's going on. Go into the state. I highlighted it on this one. You can see the map. This is a couple years old, by the way. And then the metro service area, metro statistical areas. And then you go to local stats. We had this tool called Facts and Trends. Awesome tool. You can show some trends over the past year plus 15 months. This one is for Chatham, New Jersey, showing some interesting data. And then I created these other little charts here to create some supply and demand by price ranges and days on market by price ranges, a little property map. This tool, by the way, is called Touch CMA, I think. Great tool putting things together, but you can see you can make this a little bit more complicated if you want and pull data directly from your MLS to kind of make it a little bit more compact. But that's what these things look like. It shouldn't take you very long to prepare these things. This one here literally took me probably about 10 minutes to do. Now, granted, I wasn't going into researching to see which comps would actually make sense, but zoomed in on a neighborhood, put a square footage range, bedroom, baths, and then just kind of took the data from the HPI report and put this together. So I'm going to link both of these reports down below this video so that you can download them and use them to see, maybe what might work for you. Take some cues from this, and hopefully this will help you put together these reports, because even though we started talking about that HPI report last week, I want to make sure you have all the tools you need to get started on this. And it does not have to be that complicated, because remember, the value comes in sharing the information and connecting with your people. So here's the challenge for the fourth quarter of this year. What I want you to do is go through your records. Look at who you sold homes to on the fourth quarter of last year, 2017, and 2 years ago, 2016. Make a list of those clients, start preparing some of these real estate reviews for them, call them up, set an appointment, go do this review. And it's very simple on how you schedule this stuff up, particularly if you've been in decent flow with these people over the past year or 2 years. If you haven't been in flow with these people for 2 years, haven't called them since the closing, it's going to be a little tougher to get in the door. But let's just assume that you've touched base a few times. You can call them up. Hey, Mr. and Mrs. Homeowner, can you believe it's already been a year since you purchased your home? I know, crazy, right? How's everything going with the house? How are the kids? Are they getting ready for soccer season and school's going well? Oh, that's wonderful. That's great. Well, hey, the reason for my call is because it's been a year since you purchased your home. It's time for that real estate review that I told you about. The market has done a lot of things over the past year, and I have some important information that I want to share with you about your home. So let's get together. This will take maybe 5-10 minutes to kind of go through. It'll be some information that you guys can have and use. And I'd love to just, kind of hear from you guys and see how everything's going with you. So I could either drop by your house, I could drop by your office, or you can come by my office. This Friday afternoon would work well for me. Does that work for you? That's it. You just call them up, you set it up, and then you go do it. So you print it out, you bring it over, and you connect with them. And so do this with everybody who you've sold homes to fourth quarter last year and fourth quarter the year before. And that's the challenge this year. So compile that. If you don't have sales from last year and the year before, say you're new to this business, go through your database and look at who you know really well who owns homes. If there are close friends of yours that own homes, you can call them up and say, hey, you guys know I'm new to this real estate business, and I'm putting together these reports that are really gonna help the people closest to me understand what's happening in real estate. Would you mind if I did one of these for you, and you can give me some feedback and let me know what you think? Your good friends would love to give you feedback. Your family members would love to give you feedback on this. Do one for your own home. Why not, right? Look at it, see if it's something that you think would be of value to you. Call your people, set these things up, and kick butt your fourth quarter of 2018. Good luck, everybody. If you have questions on this, drop it below in the comments or send me a note on any of those social media platforms. You know how to find me somewhere. So just go do these things. You're going to love them. Your clients are going to love them. And it's going to really, really help support and grow your business. Have a great day.